Money and You started back in 1974 when an American real estate company decided to apply a whole bunch of different principles and became the second most successful real estate company in the US. It had 40 employees. The most successful had 2,000 employees. As a result of that, people wanted to know what they did differently. And Money and You came out of the work that these people did, this organisation did, that created a whole other vibe in business. This program has been going for at least 30 years now, and I was promoting it in Melbourne back in between 1987 and 1994. However, in the meantime, it took off in China. I've been going to China now and teaching for 3 years, working on Money and You programs and advanced programs over there. And the thing that really struck me was these guys are getting the most extraordinary education in entrepreneurship that the world actually has to offer. You need to understand this program is about teaching you how to be extraordinary entrepreneurs. And here's it happening in China. You know, they have a Money and You program once a week in China, somewhere in China. There's an advanced program called the Business School for Entrepreneurs. That occurs 7 times this year, but it's going to be occurring once a month next year. Right now, if we don't start doing something about it, they're going to leave us so far behind in terms of growth, development, and the development of the people because of this one program. So I looked at this and went, this is ridiculous. It needs to come back to Australia, because the thing that we need right now, we need leaders. We need leaders in entrepreneurship. We need entrepreneurial leaders. The economy is not going to continue to boom. And I want you to know right now, politicians are not going to be able to make an ounce of difference to this. If you think so, then go ahead. However, my belief is that true entrepreneurial leadership is required to get us out of where I can see the world is starting to go. The recession is starting to occur in the US. The flow-on effect is going to be huge. Leadership is required, not politics. Money and You produces extraordinary leaders. It produces extraordinary entrepreneurs. Ask people like Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul and has an enormous empire now. Ask people like Anthony Robbins, same thing. All these people started out in Money and You. Robert Kiyosaki, Maury and Reuben Freyd of Spotlight Stores. They had a 35 million a year turnover company. They're in excess of 4 billion. That takes leadership and that takes entrepreneurial skills. And that's what people get from this program. So Money and You is different to anything you'll ever experience. And I can say that categorically. I did the program itself back in 1986. At that time, I was working as a nurse. I was a nurse manager for the Victorian Ambulance Service. I needed a different way to manage. I went off and did Money and You, and I have to tell you something. Not only did I learn about how to manage differently, humanely, democratically. A lot of people talk about that, but very few people actually get it right. Not only did I learn that, I also was exposed to the most extraordinary education program that I have ever seen in my life. There is still nothing like it today. There is still nothing like it today. It uses experience. It uses your experience. Wherever you're at right now, you will learn what you need to learn from Money and You. Now, the other thing about Money and You is once you've done it, you can come back and review that program for nothing, anywhere in the world, at any time, for the rest of your life. It's been going 30 years so far. There's no reason to believe that it's not going to be going for another 30 years. The point is that what Money and You teaches is principles. Principles are timeless. Principles are adaptable to any situation. What entrepreneurs need is that sort of skill. They need to be able to see any situation and not be locked in by a set of rules or paradigms that stop them from seeing where they need to go. Principles allow you to do this. Principles allow you to lead flexibly.